Baseball was back.
That is what saved baseball at that particular time, was all those teams doing great things right through the end of September.
And the Cardinals win!
And as the pennant races heated up that summer, there was an exciting crop of fresh faces.
Number 3, Steve Sax.
Like the Dodgers' rookie second baseman, Steve Sax, saddled with big expectations in L.A., not only forced to follow 1981's Fernando Mania, but also replacing a popular and respected presence in the Dodger infield.
It wasn't an easy thing for Steve Sax to come up to this Dodger team and transition in where Davey Lopes had been such a fixture. The Dodgers had the longest standing complete infield in the history of baseball, and basically Steve Sax broke that up.
That vaunted infield included Ron Say at third, Bill Russell at short, Steve Garvey at first, and now Sax at second.
I love to see a young man with the enthusiasm that he possesses. He plays baseball like my wife shops all day long.
In Baltimore, Orioles manager Earl Weaver was preparing to say goodbye.
Manager, Earl Weaver.
Just as a promising rookie shortstop said hello.
I was always an Oriole fan, and I've always wanted to be an Oriole. As far as a baseball player, I couldn't imagine myself being anything but an Oriole.
And becoming an Oriole meant Cal Ripken was carrying on a family legacy in Baltimore, where his father was a coach who had long mentored his son on the Oriole way.
You have to be alive now, just in case he might drag one.
I'm very pleased and proud to see him in the major leagues. Anyone would be proud to have their son playing in the major leagues.
And if father was looking for son to make a strong impression on opening day in 1982, he wouldn't be disappointed.
Your first at bat, you want to get off in a good way. And I remember going up there thinking, okay, don't be too anxious.
Swinging a fly ball, well hit, deep in the gap, and deep left center field. The center fielder going beat is gone. Home run, Cal Ripken.
Ken Singleton, I believe, was on first base. And I was so excited that I was running around the bases, and Ken Singleton, being a veteran, was just in his home run trot as if he'd hit it.
About every rookie in his exuberance of hitting his first home run, they race around the bases. They don't know how to make a moment out of it.
But the best feeling within that home run was coming around third base, and my dad was a third base coach, and him reaching his hand out and shaking my hand. You know, a simple little thing, but very powerful and very meaningful.
While rookies earned some attention early in 1982 with their strong play.
The Red Sox are trying to make it 2 in a row. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to EA Sports MVP Baseball. I'm Dwayne Kuiper along with Mike Krukow. Today's teams are the Boston Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays.
As part of the aggressive style of play to engage A's manager Billy Martin never hesitated.
Now at the plate, shortstop.
And by the end of it, Henderson already had 22 scoring matches, solidifying his status as the most exciting player in the game.
Here comes the first pitch of the at-bat.
For him to bounce off the base
and the
then
game's
just sort of
underway
take
with that
his
pitch.
acceleration from a bounce, and you can see in his legs as he moves. Very few people can do that.
No balls, 2 strikes.
One time I faced him and
3 pitches,
I walked in
3
and got
strikes.
on somehow base hit.
3 pitches, 3 strikes, then get easier net.
And I looked at him over at third base and I said, go ahead and steal home.
He was about as unstoppable in 1982 as anybody in the history of baseball on the bases.
While no one started faster on the base paths in 1982 than Ricky Henderson, there was no team that started hotter than the
He
Atlanta
hits it
Braves.
down the line.
There's your ball game.
The pitch is hit back to the mound. Next up,
As the
Giannis
Braves came out of
Cabrera.
box winning, at the center of the Atlanta lineup was a 26-year-old power-hitting outfielder named Dale
1-0.
And I'm sitting in the dugout with Frank Robinson, who was the Giants manager.
2
And he
outs
said,
and the bases
I've
are
never
empty.
seen a guy in recent times who could hit the
Fastball for a
outfield
strike.
with such power.
Pitcher's lucky that fastball was a hit of mine.
The powerful Braves lineup also featured Chris
Hit to center
Kingston
field.
and Bob Hunter.
Hunter drives another one left field.
Hernandez with a 1-2-3 inning. Here's the lineup the manager is sending out.
Knuckleballer Phil Negro was still
Starting the game for the visitors, Pedro Martinez.
First-year manager Joe Torre kept things loose in the dugout.
Slash away, my man. Right where you want it now. You hit this. Come on.
Every time we stepped on the field, we just felt like we couldn't lose.
A sweep of Houston gave Atlanta 11 straight wins to start this season, setting a modern-day analytic.
It was the most exciting
great
thing
pitch of the flag.
many of
Would have
us
been a called
young
strike
players
even if the batter didn't
had
slip
ever
through it.
experienced.
Here it comes.
I can't believe what I'm seeing.
One
People
ball to
running
strike.
out and feel like
He
it's the World
loves doing a
Series.
certain change, and I think it's his best pitch.
The streak would eventually
Swings and lifts one to right.
Major League record.
The guy really lived up to his reputation as a wizard of the field at that point. Great pitch. He put that pitch right where the catcher called for it.
First
The
2
batter
weeks
was
of
simply
82 was the most
overmatched.
incredible thing because it was so unexpected.
Meanwhile, west of Atlanta, but
pitches
atop
hit
the
to right
NL
field.
East, the St. Louis Cardinals were creating their own April win streak of 12
That's a
games.
base hit with one out.
That's what I like about this guy. He always gets it done. You ask him to get something done, boom, he delivers.
While the Braves utilized power,
Here comes the
Whitey
first
Herzog's
pitch of the
Cardinals
at-bat.
played their own brand of
Misses
game,
for a
dubbed
ball.
Whitey ball.
This
A
dude
mix of
just
small
knows how
ball,
to steal the back. He
defense,
studies
and
film, he studies
speed.
pitchers. He can try to
Play. It's a beauty.
We couldn't hit it very far, but we could do
He's
a lot of
rounding
things.
second.
Mainly offensively, fundamentally, we were very good.
He reaches for the
Defensively, we
single.
were outstanding.
Harder
did a great
defense
job
with
to get the
shortstop
first and third
Ozzie
hit. That's a
Smith
heads-up play.
dazzling in his first minutes of this.
Ozzie Smith, the wizard, he had all the quickness, all the speed, all the coordination, and all the flair that he could bring to the position of shortstop.
Strike
Across
with
the
a
infield at
fastball.
first, Keith Hernandez seemed to lock for his 5th straight Gold Glove.
When you talk about Keith Hernandez, you're probably talking
This
about
pitcher
one of
has
the greatest
4 pitches.
defensive
He's not
first
afraid to
basemen
throw
in the
any
history of the game.
The thing that
Batters
separated
beware.
us from the other good teams in the division was the fact that we caught and threw the
Pitchers
baseball
ahead,
better
1
than
and
most
2.
people. The real challenge for us was our pitchers keeping us close and keeping
Hey,
us in
Kai,
ball
he was
games,
able to
which
get
they
a
were
hit. The
able to
counting
do.
batter never caught
Those
up.
pitchers could throw with confidence, thanks to the defense behind them, as well as the steady veteran
outs and
presence of
1.
catcher Darryl Porter. The ace of the staff was
there's a
right-hander
strike.
Joaquin Andujar.
He's got to give you a solid 5 every time he's out.
Great pitch, he hit the corner.
Defense and solid starting pitching had done their jobs. The Cards could turn to
That's
one
a
of the
3-pitch
best
strikeout.
forces in baseball.
For 7 years, Bruce Sutter was the most dominant relief pitcher in the history of the game.
After
I've
one,
never
no
seen
score here.
a relief pitcher that good, and he had that split finger.
I'm sure guys threw it
Here's the
before
first
him,
batter
but
of
I
the
think he
inning,
was the guy
David
that maybe
Ortiz.
exposed it as
There aren't
one
too
of
many
the toughest
left-handed
pitches
who
ever to
enjoy the
hit.
type of success this guy has against right-handed pitching.
He brings to the table a 4-seam fastball, a change,
They were
and a
pretty
cutter.
much the team you had to beat by
Fouls this one
the
back.
7th inning, because Suter would easily pitch 2 innings or more if necessary.
Whitey ball made the Cards fun to watch and easy to root for.
Hops him up.
Stealing off. He is third, and the Cardinals win.
But by early summer, the first place Redbirds were being overshadowed
The next batter
by a
is
team
Lance
with
Berkman.
presence a few hundred miles to the north, with a lineup full of hitters doing everything the Cards didn't.
He got a strike upstairs.
The kind of guy managers just love. He's pitching. Relievers usually get the night off.
As June 1982
He put
began,
that pitch right
the
where the catcher
Milwaukee
called
Brewers
for it. The
hardly
batter
looked
was
like a
simply
championship caliber
overmatched.
baseball club. Mired in 5th place with a 23-24
It's hit
record,
out to right.
struggling to reconcile the stern style of manager Buck Rogers
Puts
with
it
a
away
roster
for the
full
out.
of colorful characters and free swings.
There aren't too many left-handed
But with
hitters
his
who
team
enjoyed the type of
underachieving,
success
owner
this
Bud
guy
Selig
has against
decided to
right-handed
make a move.
pitching.
We have to change
got a couple
managers
pitches
in
to the
May
first.
and brought in Harvey Keene, who was from here.
Keene, who had been the Brewers hitting
Into
coach
left
for
field.
over a decade, was a different kind of leader.
Harvey was
Hernandez
certainly a
retires
fixture
the
in the
side in order.
organization. He was here from my
Heading into
first
the
day.
bottom of the second.
Harvey
The
was
game
the
is
perfect guy to
scoreless.
go in. Everybody knew him well and respected him.
White digs
I've
in
been
at
hard
the
for a
plate.
long time, and if I have any kind of problems at all, I can always talk to Harvey.
Already
He
close
fouled
with
it off
several
to
of
the
the
right.
players, Keene also brought a relaxed confidence to the manager's office.
The biggest key was
The pitch is hit to right field.
Laid back and allowed us to be relaxed.
And he puts it away for the out.
His demeanor off the field is carried over.
Next at the plate is Vernon Wells.
Personality has transcended his entire ball club.
When I was traded there, he calls me in and he said, "You're pitching on Thursday. You know a lot more about pitching than I do. Just tell me when you had enough, and if there's a problem, go get it." And that's kind of the way he handled things with the ball club. He would say, "You guys know how to play, just play."
And it quickly became apparent that trust was all his talented ball club needed.
Harvey Keene in the dugout for the Brewers since he took over following the firing.
And on 3 pitches, he's gone.
654 pace, winning 30 more and losing 18. They are an awesome hitting ball club.
After 2,
You
no
like
score
you
here.
liked, 10 to 8 ball games. Those Brewers were pretty appealing.
Leading off, the bottom of the order.
There were a lot of
It's hit out to left,
ball club, including the physical and personality makeup.
What a catch!
We just had all these fans around the country doing everybody's that.
Starting with their dominant closer, Ryan Fingers.
The big right-hander with a
Ramirez watches the ball away.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your
We had
pitch.
4
That's
guys
exactly
that
what
had
you
just
saw right
escaped
there.
from Attica State Prison. Vukovic and Gorman Thomas and
for a
Jamie
ball.
Easterly.
That was a purpose
You don't want
pitch.
to bump into them
Change
in
up
an
off
alley
the
at
plate,
night
hoping the
because they
batter
look
would go
like
chase
they
it.
could mean to do you some harm.
Pitch
And then you
taken
have
for a
Molitor
ball.
and Yount on the other end, who I would consider to be the altar boy.
The eclectic combination of athletes formed a menacing line.
And
It
he
was a
takes the walk.
tremendous team. They called
it's
them
too bad he
Harvey's
watched
Wall
this guy. I mean,
Bangers,
just let him get away.
and they could really hit.
Up next,
We started
Johnny
with what we
Damon.
called the igniter. Paul Molitor was our leadoff hitter.
Molitor cracks it to left. It's going to drive for a base hit.
Very aggressive style.
Paul Molitor probably made more things happen for this Milwaukee ball club on the positive side than anybody.
Now we had Robin Yount took the second.
He's
ball.
around
He was probably
second.
our best player overall.
Robin Yount does it again.
And he's in there standing with a double.
Batters at this level will turn misexecuted pitches into hits all the time.
Robin and Paul and Cecil, they were all hit 30, 35 home runs, and they'd all hit 390.
But then we had Ben Oglevue hit behind me. Ted Simmons with our catcher, Gorman Thomas.
Dirksen
The
just
Wall
next.
Bangers' deep and powerful group of hitters would lead the league in home runs, and at one point set a new power standard by hitting
Anytime you fly ball in the outfield, should
back-to-back
score a
home
run
runs
here unless it's hit to the right
in an
field.
8-day
He
span.
has got a super run.
Inside, 1 ball and 1
As
strike.
the Brewers made their move in the East, out west, another team filled with power-hitting sluggers was flourishing, the California Angels.
We assembled quite a club.
They asked the third base umpire if he swung.
A club that included 36-year-old Reggie Jackson.
Jackson hit one high deep to right field.
On the ground, that's in the hole, a base hit. And he scores the first run of the game.
Jackson,
That's an
seven-time
RBI
batting
single.
champion Rod Carew.
This pitcher's not getting a whole lot of movement on that cutter. When
helping
the
to
cutter's
make
not
the
moving,
Angels the
watch
second
out.
most potent offense in the league.
Well hit toward right. This is back. All Ken Lemon can do is look up and say goodbye.
There's strike 2.
Club, we know how to
All he
play
needs
ball.
is
We
a
know
deep
how to
fly
win.
ball, and they should score a run.
And it wasn't just the team's backs.
Pickoff
On
play.
the mound, the Angels staff led by righty Ken Forsch and lefty Jeff Zahn allowed
3
the
pitches,
fierce
3
rates
strikes.
of any team.
3 pitches, 3 strikes, doesn't get easier than that, partner.
It was a good team to be on. It's easy to play.
And at the All-Star break, the
Stepping
Angels
in,
had surged
Miguel
into first
Cabrera.
place, looking to
Hey,
reach
Kite,
the
as a
postseason
manager,
for
you
just
hate to see
the
this guy
second
go.
time in the
His speed makes
franchise's
him a constant
22-year
threat.
history, and
Guys, to
potentially
the bags
match
like
up
game
with the
chips.
red-hot
It's about
Brewers in
timing and
AL
outmaneuvering your
playoffs.
opponent. Let's see if this runner tries to go for it right here.
When the 1982 calendar turned to the first week of August, the spotlight in the baseball world turned to Cooperstown,
Just
New
out
York,
of the fielder's reach.
and 2 all-time greats being
A run
inducted into the
crosses
Hall
the
of Fame.
plate. That's an RBI single.
Home run king Hank Aaron,
Next
and the
up,
man named
David
fourth on the
Ortiz.
all-time list, Frank Robinson. 2 of the greatest players ever to step on the diamond, enshrined side by
guy's a prime
side
candidate trying to
in their
swipe
first
back right
year of
here.
eligibility.
The ball's in 1 strike.
I just like to say I've been
Swing and a
chasing him
miss.
for a long time. But I got him today. I'm going into the Hall of Fame before he does.
And on 3 pitches, he's gone.
And while Robinson paid tribute to Hammer and Hank, Aaron spoke of those who had
Score
broken
2
ground
that half
before.
inning.
I also feel especially proud to be standing here where some years ago Jackie
This
Robinson
batter
and Roy
pounds the ball off
Campanella
right-handed pitchers.
made it possible for Frank and me and for other blacks hopeful
He
in
delivers to
baseball.
stride.
If you're a
They
guest hitter,
proved
you
to the
hate
world
facing this guy. 5 different pitches. This dude creates a lot of bases.
A
Didn't
man's
find the
ability
plate
is
for a ball.
limited only by his lack of opportunity.
And the pitch.
Thank you very much.
Martinez delivers a fastball out of the
Legends
zone.
were inducted into the Hall. Future Hall of Famers also shined across the game.
2 ball, 2 strike count.
Gaylord knew how
He
to
delivers.
manipulate people. He knew how to be a great
Gets one to
competitor.
short.
They also knew how to cheat.
Shortstop makes the
Gaylord
catch.
Perry, the
Got a nice
alleged
pitch there. He
master
did the
of
fly
the
ball. Nice
spitball,
work.
earned his 300th win.
But the third baseman can determine whether or not this guy tries to bunt for a hit. He plays back. He could lay one down.
I know today
Takes
that
slow.
ball to Julio Cruz.
He throws a 4-seam
And
fastball,
first base
a
and that
curveball,
last out.
and a 2-seam.
300 win.
Ground ball to Cruz. This should good. He's got
Third baseman makes the catch.
And that's a great play on a very tough line drive. That's one of the toughest balls in baseball to judge.
Baseball history to win 300 games.
Well, maybe
It's a piece and hits it foul.
300 instead of that extra.
Later in May, Cubs pitcher Ferguson Jenkins, another hurler who
Strokes
seemed
this one into
desperate
left field. That'll
became
go
just
for the
the
Blue
seventh
Jays
pitcher
in the
game's
3rd
history
inning.
to reach the
With 3 innings
3,000
played, the Red Sox lead by a
I
pair
think
of
the
runs.
teams in
The
San
next
Diego
batter
knew
is
that they were
Lance
going to set a
Berkman.
record. So a lot of these guys
Guy,
didn't want
he
to
has
strike out.
nothing on the ball.
Pitch taken for a ball.
What made Fergie Jenkins' career extraordinary was that he became the first pitcher in the history
Taken
of
for
the
a
Hall
ball.
of Fame to gain entry, having struck out more than 3,000 batters with less than 1,000 walks.
Count is
As they
3-0.
say in
Sometimes you
baseball,
try to make
he
the hit
could hit
chase.
a gnat
That's
in
exactly
the
what you
butt
saw right there.
if he had to. He had incredible
He gives up the
control.
walk.
And what a
Hey, that was a great
testimony to
at-bat for
him
him.
that
He
he was
wouldn't
able
budge,
to make
just
it to
worked
the
the pitch
Baseball
for a
Hall of
walk.
Fame.
Mahomes
Jenkins was
steps
again
into the
part of
batter's
history,
box.
albeit unwittingly, on
No
August
outs and a
4th,
runner on
when he
first.
served up a 2-run single to the
Fastball
Mets'
misses
Joel
low
Youngblood.
for a ball.
Before the game was over, Youngblood was dealt to Montreal. And after catching a flight, he singled out
fastball
Steve
misses
Carter,
inside. That's a
becoming the
ball.
only player
I
ever
like
to
to
get
see
a
a
hit
hit and
in
run
2
situation.
cities with 2 different
The
teams.
pitcher's behind the
the same
count, so
day.
he has to come over, and a pitch out is unlikely. So why not hit and run?
But the biggest headliner in 1982
He walks him on 4 pitches.
was undoubtedly future first ballot Hall of Famer, Rickey Henderson.
In 1982, he was
The
running
pitch.
wild. He had the arrogance
They've
that
set that
great
defense
base
that don't
stealers
play
have to
depth.
have,
You can get a
believing
ground ball
that
right
there
here.
is
They
no
might get
catcher in the world that can throw him out.
And on August
The pitches
22nd,
hit to
that
left
baseline
field.
arrogance was on full display.
Makes the
when
catch
Henderson
to
broke
record
Lou
the out.
Brock's single-season record with his 119th stolen
He
base.
didn't get all that. The fielder strolled over, got under it, made an easy play.
First and second with 1 down.
If our team is down,
And a little low.
I go out there and try
Infield's
to
got to
pick
think
them
about
up
playing a
and
double play
just
depth
keep
right now.
running, stealing bases. I really don't know how many bases I have.
Rickey went on to swipe 130
one ball
bases
and
in
one strike.
1982. A mark that has stood up
And a
for
strike.
26 years and counting.
It was
That's
tremendous
4
divisional
strikeouts.
races, right down to the wire. Every single day, from August through September, it was back and forth, back and forth. It was Ali Frazier.
He's up there in
All
search
across
of his
the game
second
in
hit of the
82.
game.
Baseball's heavyweight.
Batting against
battle
right-handed
for the finish.
pitching, this
We have
left-handed
to
hitter
wind
is
up with
fairly
one last
steady.
loss in Milwaukee at the end of the season.
The fielder
This
is
was
retreating.
baseball at its best.
And it is. Go!
There has not been a
That
pennant
batter
race
just picked up
similar
3
to that
RBIs
since
on one swing. Talk about efficiency. Great job.
After waging division battles all year, in the season's final week, the Angels and Cardinals finally secured
The reliever's not ready, so the manager is going out to the mound to give his bullpen some more time.
I don't know what they're talking about, but it seems like the pitcher has regained some serious focus.
but in the AL East and the NL West, after 161 games, winners had still not been determined.
Inside 2 balls. That was a purpose pitch. A change-up off the plate, hoping the batter would go chasing.
The Braves lead to a single game, heading into the season's final day.
We lost, and the Dodgers won, and there was going to be a one-game playoff in L.A. And none of us wanted to go back to L.A. for a one-game playoff.
And he takes the walk. Hey, Parker, he showed a lot of
It
patience
was
in
the
that
Sunday
inning.
of
He took
multitasking
it
for the
until he finally got the 3
Watch the
passes.
scoreboard and manage the game. At least until it became apparent LA had gotten a break.
Well, we lost our game in San Diego and went in and sat down in front of the TV and watched the Giants and the Dodgers finish their game.
For the Dodgers, it was simple.
Jackson up
Beat
next.
arch rival San Francisco and
Here's
force
a
a
right-handed hitter
one-game
that just
playoff.
pounds
But
right-handed
with the
pitching.
score tied at 2 in the bottom of the 7th,
Pitch
a
taken
future
for a
Hall of
ball.
Famer came to the plate for the Giants and played spoiler.
The moment that stands out for me is Joe Morgan's home run.
Go, Joe. Come on. The 1-2 pitch. Morgan belts it high and deep right field. Way back goes Bundy.
Taken for a ball.
Now, the pitcher does not want to fall any further behind this guy, so he should be coming in with something across the plate. Keeping that in mind, this could be a perfect time to hit and run.
As the San Francisco Giants knock the Dodgers out of it.
We snuck in the back door.
Third out, we go to the bottom of the inning.
Experience our first playoff.
Kipe, every day
While
can't
the
be
Braves
Christmas.
lucked out,
This guy
there
needs
would
his
be
head
no
back in the
backdoor
dugout and
entrances
keep on
from the
trying next time he gets out
AL
there.
East in the postseason.
Next at the plate, Mark Teixeira.
Hitting the two teams battling for first, head-to-head.
And a strike.
Great pitch in the flat. Would have been a call strike even if the batter didn't swing
Came
through.
to Baltimore to play the final 4 games of the 1982 season.
The catch is made by the shortstop.
Kipe, his quick reaction allowed him to make the play in that line drive. Nice play. With this guy hitting, Kipe, the infielders should be on their toes. This guy's got some great wheels.
Fly ball to center, not deep. Should be an easy play.
Got a good jump on the ball. The bad guy underneath it and easy for him.
For the Brewers,
And here's the delivery.
those footsteps was star closer Raleigh
That
Fingers
circle
Arnold,
change was a bit too low.
which had kept him out since early September, while the Orioles crept back into the race.
We had to pull together too. We couldn't rely on, being ahead a couple of runs going in the last inning and hoping he would come in and pitch because we didn't have him.
The Orioles,
Tony
meanwhile, were
lays
playing
off
with
ball
added
2.
incentive, seeking to give the iconic Earl Weaver, retiring at season's end, a grand.
It's the right field.
As a manager,
He comes up a little bit short.
You're always worried.
He's headed to
All we need do
third.
is win this one. Looks like it might be ours.
He's around third. Safe.
With everything at stake, both teams sent their most accomplished pitchers to the mound, leaving 162.
We had 2 future Hall of Famers pitching down Sutton.
And Jim Palmer hadn't beaten in 14 or 15 starts.
Both pitches clearly destined for the Baseball Hall of Fame.
2 Hall of Fame pitchers. And Robin Yount, Hall of Fame shortstop, hit a home run in the first inning.
In the air to right. Dwyer
Lifts
to the
one to
corner.
right.
To the wall. Home run.
That'll do it for the Blue Jays in the
2 innings
4th.
later, Yount
After
further
4
strengthened
innings,
his
the
case.
score is 5-1.
That ball is well hit. Deep
Stepping
left
in
field.
1 for
It's
2,
foul.
Miguel
And Robert
Cabrera.
Yount has hit
He
successive
delivers.
home runs off Jim Palmer.
And all of a sudden,
0-1
going into the
count.
last few innings, it looked pretty darn good.
Hit in the air to left. Ben Ogleby coming on. He's waiting. He's got it. And the Brewers win the Eastern Division Championship and a very, very happy Brewer club.
And on 3 pitches, he's
here
gone.
they come.
3 pitches, 3 strikes. Doesn't get easier than that, partner.
Up the champagnes, Bud Selig is
That's Bud Selig.
Next
Up
thing I
next,
know,
David
a
Ortiz.
gigantic celebration right in front of us. It was an
And the
unbelievable
pitch.
feeling.
While the Brewers left to continue celebrating in the visitors' clubhouse, Orioles fans stayed in the stands to thank Weaver one more time.
You are bearing
Swing and a miss. Went too soon.
Maybe that you will ever see in sport.
After the Milwaukee celebration kind of died down a little bit,
3-pitch
our
strikeout.
fans seemed to want
Partner, he gets ahead
myself
of him
and
and
our
never
players
looks back.
to come
Sweet
back on the
strikeout.
field.
This guy's pretty good against right-handed pitchers.
All of them in unison.
Misses
The fact that
upstairs
the
for a ball.
fans gave myself and the team a tribute, helped take away the hurt that it was from losing the ballgame.
And Earl Weaver is crying, and you can understand it. Very rarely
He fouled it off to the left.
It's quite a tribute.
And the sign says it all. Goodbye, Earl.
Out number 3, side retired.
The 1982 National League Championship Series opened in St. Louis. With the
Going into the bottom of the 5th, Boston leads by 4.
We had a nice advantage going into postseason play because they had no time to go home. They came right from the West Coast into St. Louis to play us.
They had a great team. We knew
1-0 the count.
Going in that it was going to be a tough series.
Atlanta's prospects were hindered further when Mother Nature burned Ace Bill neutral.
Pitch misses.
Rain starting to come down again. With 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning, this is not an official game.
That game got
3-0
rained out.
count.
So we ended up losing Nico's start, and we ended up starting back again.
Once they didn't get to finish that first game, the Braves were pretty much dead in the water.
Ground ball up with it is Chambliss. Bedrosian late getting there.
Hit weakly to short.
Oh, man.
Caught by the shortstop.
Bob Forsch was dominant in Game 1, take 2.
Forsch pitched the shutout in the first game, the other first game.
Swinging a bouncer to second
The
base.
pitch is hit to center field. The catch is made.
A nice pitch there to get the fly ball. Nice
We're going to have to figure out some way to beat these guys at least one time at their place.
But the Redbirds were relentless, winning Game 2 and walk-off
Martinez retires the side in order. With 4 innings remaining, the Red Sox lead 5-1.
And then they beat the Braves easily in Atlanta.
Let's make the catch to the Cardinals. The pennant winners of the National League.
Wells makes the routine catch.
Nothing special about that one. Just picked up the ball, got a beat on it, made the play.
The
Against
1982
righty
American League
pitchers,
Championship
the
Series
batter is
begins
nothing
here
to
tonight
write home
as
about.
the Angels host the Milwaukee Brewers.
Takes a pitch just
We
off
wanted
the
to
plate,
play
1-0.
Milwaukee, and we got them. We handled them pretty easily at our place in Anaheim.
Sometimes you try to make a hitter change your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
We were kind of sleepwalking.
Big bounce to third baseman Molitor off the club into left field.
We played ball games, but I don't know if we were really there, and they ended up beating us
He
both ball
belts it
games.
way back, and gone.
Just like that, the Angels were a win away
There
from
was
the
no doubt
franchise's
about that.
first
You
trip
can see
to
that
the
thing was out of
West
here the second
as
it
the
hit the
series
bat.
shifted to Milwaukee.
I wanted to win that third game. I didn't want to go any further, let them get any life into them.
Next up, Manny Ramirez.
We kind of get pumped up a little bit at home.
In front of the home crowd, it should do a tremendous thing for
Fastball
the
missed
Milwaukee
away
club.
for a ball.
5 days earlier, Don Sutton had held off the Orioles. Now he was trying to save the Brewers' season.
One ball and one strike.
With Raleigh Fingers still unavailable,
It's hit back up the middle.
Came out of the bullpen to finish the win.
He reaches with a one-out single.
Slams the door.
Fortunate to get that first win, and then things kind of rolled from there. We got some big hits and got it going.
The next batter is Johnny Damon.
And the Brewers have come back to take 2 in a row.
Double play situation. Pitcher's got to try and keep the ball down here and force the hitter to hit the ball on the ground.
The winner would go to the World Series.
Nobody had ever come back from 0-2 at that point, and here we are on a late Sunday afternoon, another nationally televised game.
Hit to left field.
County Stadium with the
He's
American
got it.
League Championship on the line.
The Angels scored first to take the early
Tracked that
lead.
ball very well off the
Innings
bat.
were
Camped up,
ours,
made
would
the
have
easy
to come
play.
back once more.
2 outs and 1 out.
And the Brewers are back to a little run at 3-2.
It got down to key hits. They got the big ones, and we didn't get it. That one was Coop.
The pitch to Cooper.
And he makes the catch.
1-run home. Downing throw coming on. Gather drive. He's safe.
After 5.5, the score is 6-1.
Not that I think about it much, but I still remember the order. Lemon on the left field.
He pulls a ground ball to the left side.
The Brewers were
Base
6
hit to lead
outs
off
from
the
the
inning.
inning. 6 outs.
He was able to get good wood on that and hammer it right through the infield.
There were 2 outs and a man on second in the 19th.
The Angels have the tying run at second.
Here was Pete Ladd pitching.
Hey, partner, if the pitcher can keep the ball low in the zone, he might be able to induce a ground ball to start
the
too.
biggest hitter in baseball. But he hit a bullet right at Robin Yount.
Line to Yount, it's short. He throws. It's over. The Brewers have won.
The delivery. Heater inside for a ball.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
I couldn't believe it.
It's
the Brewers
a
win the
foul.
World Series.
Milwaukee, you have a World Series. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Bruce came on the radio and said, well, it's be the 79th World Series starting Tuesday night in St. Louis between the Milwaukee Brewers and St. Louis Cardinals.
Gets out in front of pick a little bit of the outer half, but he yanks it for a
The Brewers win the World Series.
Nobody expected the Cardinals to win the World Series in 1982.
Well, it was David and Goliath.
The fact that they had hit 220 home runs and we had only hit 67, people didn't give us much of a chance.
Watch out.
Rarely in the history of baseball have they had such a contrast. You had the big sluggers
Right now, the
from
defense should
Milwaukee,
be thinking, too. The pitcher can really help out
and
by
you had the
throwing something
speed
low and
guys
strikes.
for St. Louis.
And when game 1 began, the mismatch many had predicted appeared to be happening.
There's a big hit for center field. Here comes one.
He's on first with a base hit.
That ball was tattooed. It had base hit written all over it.
Leadoff batter Paul Molitor had 5 hits, and shortstop Robin Yount had 4.
Harvey's wall bangers are banging it all over the place.
As the Brewers tallied 10 runs, making starter Mike Caldwell's job easy as he breezed to the shutout. As lopsided a Game 1 victory as any World Series had seen since 1959.
I'm just glad we didn't have a doubleheader.
The next night, Game 2 was critical to the Cards. Even in the eyes of some, a must-win.
If he can hit the ball
They've
deep
been
in the
down
outfield,
0-2
they'll
going
get
to
a run.
Milwaukee, which hadn't hosted the World Series since the 50s. That'd have been a tough nut for the Cardinals
Just
to
got
break.
some wood on it.
But it appeared ex-Cardinal Ted Simmons was set on single-handedly taking down his former team.
It's hit well, and he will touch the ball again.
A 3-pitch
The
strikeout.
Catcher's second home run
3
in
pitches,
2
3
nights
strike, doesn't get
gave
easier
the
than that part.
Brewers 3-0 lead. But in the 6th, his successor in St. Louis, Valley Porter,
Cody is the next hitter.
Did some damage to his own.
Runners at the corners for St. Louis.
He missed down with the circle change.
All you want to do right here is make sure you drive the ball to the outfield.
A ball.
Two innings
And the
later,
count is
Porter
3-0.
was at the center of the rally that put the Cards ahead for good in a 5-4 win. At one game
He
apiece,
walked
the
him with
series
the
shifted to
bases full.
Milwaukee, where a rare free run would power the run.
That might have been one of the greatest World Series games played by any individual in the history of the game.
Straight away, center field.
White steps it into play. This guy is okay against right-handed pitching.
Hit high and deep to right field. Moore
The
going
bullpen
back,
is stirring, so he just wants to come out and give the bullpen some more time.
home run for
Pitcher
rookie
really
Willie
needs to
McGee,
slow down
and
and
the Cardinals
refocus.
jump
Seems
the
like
gun
that triple
3-0.
mount came just
That
at
was
the
a
right time.
situation where you had a young player who was in the World Series for the first time, who was taking advantage of the opportunity.
McGee hits another drive to right field.
It's hit out to right.
It's gone. Home run McGee. And
Puts it away for the out.
St. Louis.
2 home runs.
The runner scores on the sac
fly.
fly.
Hit just 4
Now, I know he wanted to get a hit
The
in
2
that
home
at bat,
runs
but he
are
ended
really
up getting
were
it deep
big,
enough to
but I
score the
think
run
even
from
more
third. That's
important
a
than
great
that
AB.
was the robbing of Gorman Thomas home run.
Gorman hits a high fly ball into left center field. McGee with a wall. Leaps in the air. Caught the ball.
Wells is up.
2-run home run.
This hitter enjoys modest success against right-handed pitching.
McGee's tremendous performance led the Cards to a 6-2
This dude
win
knows how to steal
and
the
their
bag.
first
Now is a
series
great
win.
time to go.
Momentum that appeared to carry over to Game 4 when St. Louis sped literally to a 5-run lead.
What a catch! The Red Sox lead 5-3, but there are still 3 innings remaining.
High fly ball, center field. Thomas is going back. They'll score at least 1. I say 1 because Ozzie Smith can run. Gorman Thomas ball. They're going to try to score 2. Here comes the relay throw. It is not in time.
suddenly, the Brewers were staring at a possible 3-1 deficit until a door opened ever so slightly in the second.
Point
the home plate asked for help at first.
Hernandez says, if that had been a cheeseburger, you would have caught it. Because LaPointe was kind of a Portland player. Now, maybe that story was, why do you saying Hernandez?
Jackson takes, and the count goes to 2-1.
Out of that.
The fact the pitcher and catcher have strategy in
Fans have
mind.
watched
So
the
far,
wall
the batters
batters
are taking
exploit
these
miscues like this all season. The World Series would prove no exception.
It's a good ball to work with.
Hit to center field.
Robin Young and company got
He's got it for the out.
And hit after
Hey, I'm sure he came out here with the intention of having a great game, but hey, it's baseball. Sometimes things just don't work out the way you planned them.
That was a disheartening loss. And, of course, Milwaukee came back in the fifth game, played one of the outstanding ball games. That's when showed their true strength of their ball club.
And at the core of the club was the American League MVP.
The pitcher wins the battle. Sweet pitch to get the kid.
Up next, David Ortiz.
Red-hot Robin Young pushed his series average over 500 with 4 hits in Game 5, becoming the first player ever to have 2 separate 4-hit games in the World Series.
Certainly,
taken for a ball.
Another 4-hit game, but actually more meaningful than that
with the
was
1-1
the 4th
delivery.
hit.
That's a foul pop, and it looks like there's room for a play. Out number 3, side retired. It's time for the 7th inning stretch.
The 6-4 win put the Brewers on the precipice of a championship, though they'd have to win it back in St. Louis. As the 1982 World Series returned to St. Louis, the Brewers were 1 win away from the title, though the Cardinals remained confident.
Our thinking was when we went home, you know what? We won 2 in a row, a lot more than we
Pitching
lost
change
2
will
in
be
a row.
made.
And as far as these
Dempster
two
comes
teams
in
are
from the
concerned, it has
bullpen.
come down to this. Whether there will be one tomorrow remains to be seen.
We'd get beat one day, and we'd come back the next day and play like nothing happened.
That's
the
in
day
foul
before.
ground, but he
On
should
this
have room.
night, the Cardinals
Cabrera
prospects
makes the
rested on
play
the
in
arm
foul
of rookie
ground.
pitcher John Stewart, while the Brewers were counting on future Hall of Famer Don Summer.
I sat next to Scoop the whole
Ground
way
ball hit to
home
the
to
right
St. Louis.
side.
I said, you know
He
what?
flips it to the
Nobody
pitcher
expects
covering.
you to outpitch something.
Easy
All the
out.
pressure's on them.
Here we go. The infield has to be on their toes when this guy digs in. In a fraction of a second, that's all he needs to beat out a throw. It's a 1-2-3 inning. After 7 innings, Boston leads by 3.
Just 1 run. While Matt
Stepping in,
sudden,
Lance
Cardinals
Berkman.
broke out with a sudden burst of power.
One on and a drive to right into the wall. It's gone. Darryl Porter drives one over the right field fence.
Takes a pitch high.
The fact the pitcher and catcher have strategy in mind. So far, the batters are taking these pitches.
The
And a nice
Cardinals
swing, but he hits
exploded
it
for one of their biggest offensive outputs of the year, while the Brewers' agony was prolonged by a downpour that stretched the nightmare game
Take a seat.
Partner gets ahead of them and never looks back. Sweet strikeout.
We had to sit around for almost 2 hours to play the ball game, and then ended up losing that ball game. I think that really kind of took the momentum from us.
The St. Louis Cardinals winning a must game, 13-1.
He crossed the plane on the front of the plate.
There's something about coming down to 1 game after well over 100
Mahomes strikes out swinging.
is going to retain
And the pitcher wins the battle. Sweet pitch to get the catch.
Game 7.
And here's the delivery.
In the decisive match,
Out of the zone, that's a ball.
On the mound.
This past season,
Bukovic for
he
the
had
Brewers
286
and Joaquin
with
Aguilar
9
for
long
the Cardinals.
balls and 67 RBIs.
The fact the pitcher and catcher have strategy in mind. So far, the batters are taking these pitches.
Low.
Look at Vukovic. You don't think he's bearing down?
The game was tied at 1-5, but in the top of the 6th, the Brewers
He
got a
opens up
play
on one and
to
hits
go
a
ahead.
line drive. He's on with a single. Stepping in 1 for 2, Manny Ramirez. There's more than just a few righty hitters who are superior against right-handed pitchers than this guy.
If ever they're going to steal a bag, it's right now with this guy. He really knows how to steal a bag.
Swung on, and there it
We had a
goes.
team that just kept bouncing back. This is amazing.
And in the bottom of the sixth, the Cards bounced right back.
From the second that ball comes off the bat, everybody knew it was out of the yard. That was a shot.
Next up, Johnny Damon. Takes a pitch just off the plate, 1-0.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
Takes low.
But that pitcher and catcher have a strategy in mind. So far, the batters are taking these pitches.
3 outs from the championship with one of the best closers in the game set to pitch tonight.
I turned it over to Suter, and he finished the ball game.
No swing. Now 3-2.
This team came together and believed that they could win despite not having
7
most
strikeouts. Going into the bottom of the 8th, the score is 8-3.
Congratulations on being named MVP. Thanks. That's just so wonderful. I can't believe it.
I managed Darryl Porter 8 years. And we won 5 division titles, 2 pennants, and 1 World Series. Darryl Porter really was a winning ball player.
Cardinals defeat the Milwaukee Brewers 6-3. They're the world champions. But you certainly have to congratulate the Milwaukee Brewers.
There's an out.
A great season, a great series.
When the Brewers returned,
stepping in 2 for 3, Mark Teixeira. Bases empty with 1 out. No balls and 1 strike.
Great pitch in the flat. Would have been a call strike even if the batter didn't swing through.
People were hanging out of buildings, sidewalks jammed.
Makes the catch
people
to
waving,
record the out.
crying, happy. That was just a great season.
I'll tell you what, this pitcher's got to be careful with this guy. He's got great wheels. He can turn a single into a double with ease.
A world championship.
But the team's success would be short-lived, and Milwaukee would not make the playoffs again for over a quarter century.
Popped a foul, but it should stay in play.
When in 2008, a new generation of Milwaukee sluggers mashed their way to a wild card berth.
And they're finally back.
Takes low.
The Orioles, though, would be buoyed by their near miss in '82, and led by league MVP Cal Ripken, Baltimore would win the World Series in '83.
And the Orioles are the world champions.
In St. Louis, Whitey Ball would also continue to thrive.
It's now 2-2.
It may go! Go crazy, folks! Go crazy!
The Cards would return to the World Series in '85 and '87.
And now it's a full count.
Find themselves on the
Pitcher and catcher
losing
have a
side
strategy in
of
mind.
Game
So
7.
far, the batters are
I'd
taking
like to
these
win all 3 of them, but I'd rather be 1-2 than 0-0.
Dempster with a 1-2-3
Ricky
inning.
Henderson's 130 stolen bases in 1982 still stands as a single-season mark.
After 8, the score is
He would
8-3.
become the all-time leader in stolen bases, and also
Back
set
to the top of the order to start
walks
things off.
and runs scored.
Hey, this guy at the plate can flat out fly. You better go right after him because you don't want to put him on for free.
History of baseball. No argument here.
1982 was a fitting year for his ascent to superstardom, a season when speed and pitching got past power.
Dirksen takes, and it's ball 1.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw
was
right
as
there.
exciting and
Taken for a ball.
as any
Sometimes you
year
try to
in
make the hitter
Yankees
chase your
history.
pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
Hit towards the shortstop. Shortstop makes the catch. He delivers. pitches, he's gone.
3 pitches, 3 strikes. Doesn't get easier than that, partner.
The next batter is Miguel Cabrera. The delivery. Pitch misses for a ball. Misses outside with the fastball. 2 ball, 1 strike count. It's hit out to left. Koplo retires the side in order.
Welcome to
After
baseball
8
season.
1/2, the Red Sox lead 5-5.
City.
Two out, 2 on in the bottom of the 9th. High to left field.
Unfortunately, we lost to Milwaukee.
It's over.
We needed to
The
win
Red Sox
all 4
bring
of
in a
the
new
remaining
pitcher.
games
They're
against
going
them.
to the pen.
We won the first 3 and lost the last one.
The Milwaukee Brewers have defeated the Baltimore Orioles, and they have won the American League Eastern Division Championship for 1982.
To this day, that's the most disappointing loss that I've ever had.
Hit towards the shortstop.
The most successful manager in franchise history had retired.
Cody is into
But
second
after a
with the
bitter
double.
end to the 82 season,
Hey, you got to
the
cash in on the
Baltimore
double.
Orioles
That's
were
just a
already
great
looking
scoring
ahead.
opportunity.
We were so close in '82, and so the next year, as I remember it, we were urgent.
Once spring training arrived, the Birds emerged from hibernation with high expectations and a new skipper charged with managing them.
The American League East certainly was a tough division. It's not going to be
Viewers
easy
have to
to
be
win it.
thinking,
But
ground
I think
ball
all
on
the
the left
manager
side,
can
look
ask
the
for
runner
is a
back on the
competitive
first,
team.
ground ball the right side, just go to
Something like that exists because of the pressure of being rookie of the year.
Well, I really don't believe too much in the sophomore jinx. As long as I adjust, then I think that I'll have a pretty good year.
In
That's a
Milwaukee, the
3-pitch
defending
strikeout.
AL pennant winners
3
felt they
pitches,
had
3 strikes.
unfinished
Doesn't get
business
easier than that,
following
partner.
a loss to the Cardinals in Game 7 of the World Series.
We know what it takes to win a championship, and
Next at the plate, Vernon Wells.
and available, then I think we'll go back and win again.
But to do so, they'd have to survive injuries to 82 Cy Young Award winner Pete
That's in
Vukovich,
foul ground, but he should have room.
and all-star
Foul
relief ace
territory
Ron
makes the
This winter I
catch.
did a lot of wrestling. That's about all you can really do is have injuries. This thing's killing me. I got to get some ice out of it.
There's a
a little
runner
bit of
out
pain
with
in
2
there, but
down.
I'm getting to the point now where I can get good velocity on my pitches.
Most improved team in the East.
How about that one? What's that?
Yankees.
During the offseason, free agency had once again brought big names and big bats to the Bronx.
You talk about Steve Kemp and Don Baylor in the middle of your lineup. You're talking about a pretty darn good lineup to mix in there with Davey Winfield. I don't think there's going to really be an out.
1 ball,
We're going to
2
have a good lineup.
strikes.
I think our pitching is tremendous.
Every team in the AL East finished within 6 games of 582.
Guy, what a great way to end the game if you're on the pitcher's
and up
team.
for grabs.
When you look through the entire division, you hate to count anybody out. So it's going to be all about
The Red Sox are riding a modest 2-game winning streak. The Boston Red Sox win it by 5.
Out west, the White Sox had a spring in their step and an enviable starting rotation as 19-game winner Lamar Hoyt was joined by Floyd Bannister, the defending AL strikeout king.
They put a lot of fresh money and enthusiasm into the franchise, and we had some young pitchers that were now starting to get some experience. So we went into '83, and we felt like we were a legitimate contender.
Of course, George Brett's Kansas City Royals could not be counted out after a 90-win second-place finish.
Last year we could have won. This year it's hard to say because we had a lot of guys have good years, and we're going to have to repeat those years in every department.
And an aging but still formidable Angels squad aim to repeat as the division champs.
We have so much talent on this team. If we can keep the old bodies in one piece, we're going to be in the hunt.
Ready to go.
If the Angels were gray, the Phillies were even more seasoned. The so-called Wheeze Kids were the oldest team in the National League. As Pete Rose, Joe Morgan, Tony Perez, Steve Carlton, and Tug McGraw were all 38 and up.
Basically, most of the guys was taking Geritol back then. There were just a bunch of older guys there that were maybe at the end of their rope, so to speak.
across the Keystone State.
Now I'm going to take you deep.
The Pirates looked to counter with three-time batting champ Bill Matlock. And in Montreal, 23-year-old Tim Raines was already one of baseball's most dynamic players and was surrounded by all-star talent like Gary Carter, Al Oliver, and the Hawk, Andre Dawson. As for the defending World Series champions, their goal was simple yet difficult, to win it all again.
Anytime you're trying to repeat, it's going to be a little bit tougher that following year because you're not going to be able to surprise anybody.
In the NL West, no lineup loomed larger than the Braves, anchored by Bob Horner and reigning MVP Dale Murphy.
How do you see the National League West?
I'd have to say we're one of the favorites because our ball club only got better. Of course, the Dodgers, it's going to be awfully tough for them to make up for the loss of Garvey.
After 14 seasons in Dodger blue, 8-time All-Star Steve Garvey moved down the California coast to join the San Diego Padres.
You never want to lose Garv, but it's just part of the business and something you have to take.
A talented core remained in Los Angeles, led by All-Star Pedro Guerrero, Rookie of the Year Steve Sachs, and perhaps the best rotation in the league.
They're going to be contenders without a doubt because of their pitching. I mean, you got Valenzuela and Royce and Welch. They can pitch.
Tu necessita para passar poquito tempo quando tu tens poquito stiffness or dolor of tu braço.
It was clear in any language that optimism reigned in spring training. But on opening day, it was one veteran pitcher's homecoming that took center stage.
From the bottom of my heart, it's great to be back in New York. It's great to be a New York Met once again.
5.5 years after being traded to Cincinnati, 3-time Cy Young Award winner Tom Seaver returned to Shea Stadium to once again take the mound as a Met.
Tom Seaver was starting opening day, and from the bullpen, he walked on the field. And before that time, no one ever walked on the field from the bullpen.
He walked out real slow, and my heart palpitated when that happened. He belonged back there.
Phenomenal, emotional. And they're saying, hey, this is great. We get to see you again. It was a big deal. What was most important to me that day was my art form, pitching.
In a word, Tom was terrific, throwing 6 scoreless innings to help lead the Mets to a 2-0 opening day win over Philadelphia. In the season's second week, another fan favorite was back where he began, this time suiting up as the opposition.
I've looked forward to this for several months now. Essentially, Dodger Stadium's been my home, and the fans have been my family professionally for 13 years now, and it's more or less of a homecoming.
The ovation that went up for Steve Garvey, people here remember, and for great reason.
The next night, Garvey played in his 1,118th consecutive game, breaking the 13-year-old NL record previously held by Hall of Famer Billy Williams.
Since late 75, Garvey's been in every Dodger box score, or now Padre box score.
I had an obligation to the fans, and there were times when I played with migraines and hairline fractures and pulled hamstrings, but I still thought I could go out there and make a contribution to the team.
Tremendous emotional outpouring here at Dodger Stadium, not only from the 50,000 fans on hand, but from Garvey itself. You could read it in his face.
1983 would also bear witness to feats of pitching longevity, as 3 hurlers challenged the 60-plus-year-old record held by the man they call the Big Train.
Walter Johnson's strikeout record, 3,508, was thought to be an enduring record like Cy Young's 511 victories. Yet here we were in 1983 with the likelihood that 3 pitchers would surpass him: Nolan Ryan, Gaylord Perry, Steve Carlton. Ryan was the first to do it.
It was a backdoor curveball.
1-2 pitch strike. And there's the record breaker.
When I came into baseball, that was one of those unbreakable records. Walter Johnson's was. So glad to accomplish that and get it behind me.
3,509 strikeouts to own that record all by himself.
Less than a month later, Steve Carlton also caught the Big Train to move into second place behind Ryan. And the race was on to see who'd be on top at the end of the season. The hottest team at the start of '83 was in Atlanta. The Braves were close to unbeatable at home and finished April 14-5.
High bouncer! Braves are gonna win!
Dale Murphy led the charge with 7 home runs and 21 RBIs as he sought to become the first NL outfielder to win consecutive MVP awards.
It was just one of those things where the team was playing well. I felt good about my game, and things gelled.
It's just amazing how good Dale Murphy is.
The Braves' lead in the NL West was slim, however, because the Dodgers at 14-6 enjoyed a strong start of their own.
That'll win it. The Dodgers are winners tonight.
As May arrived, so did strawberry season in New York.